So I'm sorry for the noise right now, but I wanted you to hear my two fans, how loud they are. I'm going to turn them off though. So today we're going to be looking at a head-to-head competition between the Mission Instant Cooling Fan and the breezeblast. As seen on TV, products say they will cool you down on these hot days. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. And my channel is dedicated to reviewing mostly as seen on TV items. I look at some consumer gadgets, other household items. Once in a while, I do a little bit of a DIY just because I think it's a lot of fun. If that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell below so you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. Now, let's take a head-to-head competition between these two cooling fans. In this video, we are going to test both of these fans outside in the hot sun. It's going to be into the 90s this week, and so I'm excited to try these out. I'm going to try them out on battery. I'm going to try them plugged into USB. I'm going to try the ice packs, and I'm going to try it with ice, and we are going to decide if one of these two are better, if they're the same. I don't know. Let's go outside and check it out. Alright, so here we have the Mission Instant Cooling Fan against the breezeblast. Inside both of them I have frozen ice packs, the three ice packs. I had them in the freezer for about 24 hours each. Mission is reading in at 20 degrees. Well, it looks as though breezeblast says 25. I got all sorts of different temperatures, so we'll see what happens there. They're about similar degrees as far as temperatures. If I go down further into the cup, I get down to 15 or so degrees. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to run these head-to-head, just running on batteries, and we're going to try to see which one cools the best. All right, so I know this is not going to be an exact science, but I have thermometers here, and that one's reading at 81 degrees. This one's reading at 81 degrees, so they're both about the same. So my goal is to have the air blowing out of here. The thermometers are zip tied there. I try to put plastic between the cups on both. I know it's not an exact science, but we're going to see which one has a better cooling potential. So I'm going to turn them on. And yes, I'm running on battery. You're probably not going to hear a whole lot of the noise because I am using a one-directional microphone just because I wanted to try to taper away from some of the sound. But in about 5 minutes, I'm going to come back and see which one is lower on the thermometer. We are now 5 minutes into this test, and what I should have said earlier was at 9:30, it is 83 degrees outside. If we look over here at the Mission Cup, we see that it's blowing air out at 77 degrees Fahrenheit, whereas the breezeblast is blowing out 76 degrees. And if you remember back when I started them, they were both at 81, so they have cooled down some. Let's look at the temperature of the cup here. 89 degrees on the Mission Cup and 77 degrees on the breezeblast. That could be just where the sun is. Let's try to see what the inside of the breezeblast is. Coming out at 73 degrees, and inside the Mission Cup, we are looking at about, I'm just having trouble, there we go, 79 degrees. So there is a difference coming out. We are trying to hit the fan blades on the two and see what the temperature is. So let's come back and check in a little while. We have passed the 30-minute mark. Both of them shut off within a few seconds of each other, and that makes sense, right? Because I turned them on relatively at the same time. Temperature is reading at 79 degrees coming out. It's actually 79 in both. I just looked at the thermometer here outside, and it's about 84 degrees. So it's similar temperature to what it was about a half hour ago, maybe a degree difference. Let's check the outside of these cans. So that one is reading at 79, and this one is reading at 78. So they're very similar. Now let's check the inside coming out. All right, so I'm trying to get the fan blade in the Mission Cup. And it says it's 76 degrees. You see that? And now the fan blade on the inside of the breezeblast also reading in at 76 degrees. So they're doing the same thing, it looks like, and we're into our second run of 30 minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check it again in an hour, and then we'll try some ice for a later test and run them on the USB plugs. After 2 hours of running this on battery, I noticed both of them had a very low stream. I'm going to end up switching over to ice cubes and power, but I wanted to take a look at the ice packs after 2 hours to see what temperature they are. Let's see, the top of this one says 53 degrees, and the top of this one says 55 degrees, so they're relatively the same. What I'm going to do, oh, there's a lot of water that came out of that too. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to fill them with ice, and then we're going to plug them in using the USB cord, and then we're going to run them to see their cooling power. Alright, so I have both the Mission Instant Cooling Fan and the breezeblast now running off the USB power. They were both at 81 degrees, and instantly breezeblast came down to 72, where Mission here is at 75. So I'll be following up with this in about an hour now. I'll be sitting outside making sure it doesn't shut off after the 30-minute point, because when I did the test specifically on the Mission Instant Cooling Fan, the ice really melted after an hour. So I'll be interested to see if that happens again today with the breezeblast. Just a quick temperature, 81 degrees on the outside of the Mission. Well, looks like 81 degrees on the outside of the breezeblast. It is mid-80s right now. It's a beautiful day. So we'll see you in an hour. I actually went to an hour and a half just because it seemed like they was going pretty well. Right now I have Mission at 84 degrees, and then I have the breezeblast at 83 degrees. So that's pretty similar, right, after an hour and a half. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn them off, and yeah, just so you know, we are still running off power. I'm going to turn them off, and we're going to see what the ice looks like. All right, here's the moment of truth. Breezeblast. Nothing but water. Temperature is about 62 degrees with that water. Let's check Mission. Also nothing but water. And the temperature is 66 degrees. So an hour and a half in, and the ice is completely melted. It is nothing but water. So, unfortunately, there's no clear winner, because honestly, they're the same things. And I actually switched the tops. So my thoughts, if you're still interested in buying one of these after this review, I think that either one of them would be fine, right? Because they're the same thing. For me, I was not very happy with how it performed outside. I just didn't get that refreshing, cool breeze for a length of time that I would have liked. Maybe for the first hour it was okay, but then not so much after that. Inside, with the ice pack and plugged in, it worked much better. In this video, we put head-to-head the Mission Instant Cooling Fan to that of the breezeblast. Both are as seen on TV products that are said to be able to cool you down in the hot, hot sun. I'm actually in a room right now that is hot because the air conditioning, for some reason, isn't working in here, and I haven't fixed it yet. So having something like this might be nice, right? So I have right now the freezer packs in here. I froze them for 8 hours. And if I hold it here just like this, it's very cool and refreshing. That being said, it might be too loud for you to hear. I think if you're using it by yourself, let me turn this off. If you're using it by yourself, I think absolutely it could give you that cooling that you're looking for, but having it in a cubicle might actually be too loud if you have other people working around you. Even if you're hiking, this is loud. They're both the same. See how loud that one is too? I will say, when I used them on batteries, I got maybe 3 hours out of the batteries. Even though it was still working, it went reduced very fast, the speed of the fan. And I found the best use out of the USB. The funny thing is, too, I found better cooling initially from the ice cubes. And I don't know if that's because they're spread out more or whatnot, maybe more room to breathe. But they only last for about an hour or so before it's water. You have to fill them up again. Those are just some things I wanted you to know. They're both the same price, $40, and that's a lot of money. I've heard some people may be interested in using them in their car, and I think if you're running them on your USB, you're the only one there, and you can replace your ice. I think that you might be refreshed and cooled throughout the day, but outside, I'd be iffy on, because I used it outside, and I was still hot unless I had it up close to my face, even closer than I am here, because outside, for some reason, maybe because the wind was blowing the air the other direction. Anyway, that was my review of the Mission Instant Cooling Fan, comparing it to the breezeblast. This is Jeff. with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. Oh, hey! Thank you for sticking around for my entire review of the Mission Instant Cooling Fan to the breezeblast. I really do appreciate it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link my original reviews of both products. Here, I'm going to put the breezeblast, and over here, I'm going to put the Mission Instant Cooling Fan. And you can click either one of those if you want to see the review for one of those. And by the magic of the internet, I'm going to show up at whatever link you click. Go ahead, click them. They're safe. I promise.